You ever get blindsided by a bill that you completely forgot about, like that annual car insurance that sneaks up on you, or holiday shopping that leaves your wallet gasping for air? Well, what if I told you that there's a simple way to stop scrambling for cash and never stress about those surprise expenses again? That's right, it's called a sinking fund, and it's about to become your new best friend. Stick with me, and I'm going to show you how to use sinking funds to take control of your finances step by step. Oh, and I've also got a free tool that I've made that I'm going to give you at the end, and it's going to make it a whole lot easier for you. So let's get into it. Today, we're diving into the magical world of sinking funds. Don't worry, it's not as fancy as it sounds. In fact, it's one of the simplest ways to get ahead of your bills and stay on top of your budget. So grab a cup of coffee or sweet tea, and let's get started. First things first, what is a sinking fund? Well, it's just a way to save for something that you know you'll need later. Think of it like putting little drops of water into a bucket over time, so when you need to water your garden, or in this case, pay for your car registration, you've already got it ready to go. It's not for emergencies, it's for the predictable stuff that you know is coming, or you should know is coming. Let me give you an example. Back when I first heard about sinking funds, I thought, what's the point? I can just pay for stuff when it comes up. Then December hit, right? And suddenly I had holiday gifts to buy, a year's worth of Amazon Prime to renew, and my car tags were due all at the same time. It was like my wallet went into shock. That's when I realized if I just saved a little bit of every month for those expenses, I wouldn't be sitting there wondering how in the world I'm going to pay all these bills and get them done by January. The beauty of sinking funds is that they're flexible. They work for everything, big expenses, small expenses, once a year expenses. You can even use them for fun stuff. If you want to start a sinking fund for like vacations or your hobbies, let's say you've always wanted to take the grandkids to Disney World, which I do one day. If you're putting the whole trip on a credit card, you're going to hurt yourself. But if you start a sinking fund and save for little by little, trust me, it feels so much better to enjoy something that you've already paid for. Here's another example of how sinking funds can save the day. Imagine you're driving along and that little check engine light, you know what I'm talking about. It takes you to the shop and they say, hey, $600 repair bill, that's what you need. If I'd had a sinking fund for my car maintenance, it would have been no big deal. I could have just paid for it, right? It wouldn't send my whole budget into chaos. Here's another trick I've learned over the years. Use sinking funds to turn those irregular expenses into predictable ones. Let's say you've got a subscription service that bills you annually. Instead of that hitting $120 all at once out of your account, break it down into $10 a month, set it aside into a sinking fund. Suddenly that big expense doesn't feel so big anymore, right? So why are sinking funds so important? For starters, they stop financial surprises from turning into stress-filled disasters. It's not just about the money, it's also about your peace of mind. Imagine knowing that when your insurance premium rolls around, you've already got the cash set aside. There's no scrambling, no borrowing, no panic. And here's the thing, sinking funds aren't just for the big stuff. They're perfect for smaller goals too. Let's say you want to buy a new pair of shoes in 6 months. I don't know about y'all, but my shoes cost close to $100. Instead of trying to squeeze that into your regular budget, set a little side each month into a sinking fund, and then when it's time to buy them, you're guilt-free. It's a game changer, these sinking funds. They'll keep you out of debt. When you don't have a plan for all these irregular expenses, guess what? That credit card starts looking really friendly. And you think, oh, I'll put it on a credit card. It's only 20% interest. I'll have it paid off in no time. But instead of doing that, by using your sinking funds, you don't have to worry about debt. And debt don't have a chance to take a foothold in your budget. And let's not forget about the long-term benefits of sinking funds. They're not just about avoiding debt, they're about creating a sense of control over your money. When you know exactly how much you need, it's easier to make decisions about what you're spending and your savings. All right, let's talk about how to set up a sinking fund. This is the fun part because it's super simple. Step one is you grab a piece of paper, or if you're fancy, you can grab my free sinking fund planner and start listing every expense that doesn't happen monthly. Think car insurance, holiday shopping, back to school clothes if you got kids at home, even stuff like vacations, big birthday celebrations. One of my favorites is, guess what? The tires on this car, they're going to go bad eventually. They don't last forever like us. I know, even though I pretend like I don't know, and a lot of us do, I know that these tires are going to eventually get bald, especially since I drive about 100 miles a day back and to work. So, tires cost what, $800? Why wait until they're practically flat or they get a hole punched in one of them to try to figure out where I'm going to come up with that $800? Why not take that $800, divide it by 12 months, and put that amount in a sinking fund every month? So when the time comes, and it will, that I need new tires on this car, all I got to do is grab it out of that sinking fund and go buy them. No doing affirm payments, no putting it on my credit card, no skipping another month's worth of bills so that I can pay for the tires because I got to have them to go to work, right? That's the beauty of these sinking funds. If you're not sure where to start, think about last year. What expenses caught you off guard? Those are the ones that you want to plan for. And don't forget about fun things. I mean, like the road trip, the family road trip, the trip to Disney I was talking about with the grandkids, or maybe just a big family dinner you got coming up. It's perfectly fine to set those kind of things aside in a sinking fund as well. Once you've thought about and figure out all the things you want to set money aside for, next, write down how much each expense will cost. If you don't know exactly, that's okay. Make your best guess. It's better to save a little too much than not enough. Then write down when it's due. For example, let's say your car insurance is $450 and it's due 6 months from now. Divide that $450 by 6 and you got roughly $75 to save each month. Do this for every expense and voila, you've got a personalized sinking fund plan. One of the most important things to remember is to review your sinking funds regularly because life changes and your sinking funds should change too. Maybe you've paid off a big expense or you've got a new goal to save for. Take a few minutes every month to check in on your progress and adjust your sinking fund planner as you need it. It's like giving your finances a little fine tune up every once in a while, keep everything running smooth. Now, where do you keep those sinking funds? That's totally up to you. Some folks like using the old-fashioned envelope method, literally putting cash into labeled envelopes. Others prefer digital savings accounts, where you can set up sub-accounts for each fund. Me, I'm a hybrid guy. I use envelopes for things like holiday gifts because it's fun to watch the cash grow in the envelopes, right? But I also use my bank's app for big stuff like insurance. It's just easier to pay it out of there. Here's a pro tip. Name your sinking fund something inspiring. Instead of vacation fund, call it family adventure fund. Instead of car repairs, try keeping my wheels rolling. A little creativity can make it feel more rewarding and it keeps your goals front and center. Now, you might be thinking, Paw, this sounds great, but how do I actually make room in my budget to save for these sinking funds? Don't worry, that's next. Here's how to make it happen. Start by tracking every dollar you spend for a month. I mean everything. Coffee, snacks, subscriptions that you forgot you were even paying for. Once you see where your money's going, you can find areas to cut back. Maybe you cancel that gym membership that you haven't used even though you got it last January. Or you start making coffee at home instead of going to Starbucks, right? Every little bit helps. Another tip, automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers to your sinking fund accounts right after payday. That way, you're saving without even thinking about it. If you don't use all the money in a sinking fund, that's okay. That's a win. You can roll it over next year, right? Or you can move it into another fund. So, for example, if you save $600 for holiday gifts and you only end up spending like $500, that's $100 that you can then move towards either your vacation fund or your car maintenance fund. That's the beauty of sinking funds. They're totally flexible. Right? Now let's talk about the tool I promised you, my free sinking fund planner. This worksheet, it makes setting up and tracking your sinking funds easy peasy. The first page walks you through the steps we just talked about and how to fill it out. Then there's a clear table to list your expenses and to be able to calculate it and figure out what your monthly amount is you need to be saving for all your sinking funds. So what's the first sinking fund you're going to set up? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're planning for. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with a friend, like, and subscribe to Ask Paw. Let's keep working together to make budgeting and life a whole lot simpler. And don't forget, if you comment budget down below, I'm going to send you that planner, okay? Take care.